Mouse PI for hire. I'm here. You saw the update video. I told you I was making this video. I told you that I had already played the game because I did. I was being so serious, bro. I already beat the whole thing. It was a fun experience. Like, actually, the whole reason why I played the game was because I saw the trailer from way back when. I had been following it a little bit. You know how you see them IGN trailers on YouTube and you just click on it just because you know out of boredom, bro. So I was doing that out of boredom. This is one of the games I saw out of boredom, and I was like, oh, this look kind of interesting, you feel me? There was another game that was a similar concept that was like this 2D 3D thing with like real people, not mouses. I can't seem to find it because Mouse PI like took over all the everything, so people don't even like when I try to look up detective video game, I can't find it because it's kind of the same concept, and every time it just shows Mouse PI. But that's besides the point. I saw the game. I was like, oh, this look kind of fun. Let me get into it. So I buy the game. I play the game. The game is fun. Look at this game. You can't tell me this game isn't fun. Does this game not look fun, bro? Don't get me wrong. This doesn't look too fun because the bosses were never anything to write home about. I'm gonna be honest. There was like one boss that was actually hard, and that was the first boss they introduced, which was this lady in the lab. I had footage of that, but I just didn't feel like showing it because it was just a long boss. That was the only thing that really made it hard, was that it was long, but also it was DS. I'm gonna be honest with you. She had like some super overpowered attacks, and then she had a lot of health, and that's what made it hard. But towards the end, the bosses got a lot easier to kill, which is why I think that the gameplay kind of started to get ridiculous, if I'm being honest, because the bosses okay, so alright, I wasn't gonna immediately go into all the things wrong with it. I wanted to start off with like everything they did right. Actually, I'm gonna still start with everything they did right. It's a great shoot 'em up. That's what the game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a shoot 'em up game. You run around, you shoot people, you play levels full of enemies, and you kill the enemies and whatnot. Part of the reason why I wanted to play this game is because the IGN review, right? If you've ever seen Moist Critical, which I'm not saying that everyone has seen Moist Critical, but a lot of people know what Moist Critical is. I saw him talking bad about the IGN review, and I remember watching it and going, man, this IGN reviewer does have some good points, because there are certain points that they made that is like, okay, that makes sense for you to have an issue with that. But then there was other points that they made that was just like, bro, are you dumb? Like they were making points that were just ridiculous about how ridiculous the game was, and I'm like, I can understand if you didn't like how ridiculous the game was, but at the same time, making a whole review based around the fact that a cartoon video game is cartoony, that's ridiculous. But then I played it for myself and I realized, oh, this game is ridiculous. Like, all jokes aside, I don't mind it personally, right? The cheese stuff never got me down. It never bothered me. And how goofy it was also never bothered me because it's a cartoon video game. It's not meant to be taken serious. But then there were just certain points where it was just like, this goofy stuff is annoying. Not because it's goofy, but because of how bad the game got. Like, it starts off really good, bro. The story is okay. It's not anything to write home about, but it works perfectly for the tone and the type of game it is. And look at the gameplay. This gameplay is fun. I'm just running around shooting people, and I can do this all day, every day. But then it gets to a point, right, where the enemies can only be so hard, and the enemies get to a certain level of difficulty and variety, and then they stop. Like, that's it. Like, the difficulty and the variety stops. It stops changing. It stops switching up. And then, like, these enemies that I'm fighting right now, these little guys, they don't even make sense as an enemy. The story, I'm gonna spoil the story because I don't care, bro. I don't think anyone cares about the story of this game. But essentially, we're in EMP Germany, right? They don't say it outright. I don't even know if I should say it outright, if I'm being honest. But we're fighting against some big conspiracy that we can't prove what it is yet, but essentially we're at the point where the EMP first started rising to power, and there's a conspiracy that they're trying to, well, essentially they had already started early in this universe, right? And our conspiracy, like, as a detective, our job is to figure out that the Big Mouse already is doing this. No! That wasn't the original goal, obviously. It all started with like some dude who disappeared. He was a friend of mine. I had to go find him, and then it turns out he was involved with some shady people who were involved with some even shadier people who were involved with the EMP. Bro, that's essentially the storyline of the game. So these short guys are called shrews, right? I'm not even gonna elaborate on that, bro. You have brains and common sense. What doesn't make sense to me is that there are enemy shrews. You feel what I'm saying? Like there are people who are helping us, who are helping the bad guys fight me so that they can commit calamity against their own people. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of ridiculous. I found that ridiculous because as the game goes on, one of the things that they love to do is throw more and more shrews at you, because shrews are like, they're like easily killable characters. And you know how video games always have that easily killable character that they just spam? Like it'll be like 10 of this character that gets one tap because it gets one tap, so they have to like quantity over quality. You feel what I'm saying? So they love spamming that character, and towards the end of the game, when it's really like revealed, like, oh, these guys are committing a calamity, we have to stop them. For some reason, the main enemy type is the people that they're committing the calamity against. That actually pissed me off. That shit actually threw me off completely. It was like, bro, I understand it's a cartoon video game, the story, it doesn't really matter, but it's like, why is there a story at all if you're just gonna sit here and go against the story? That's one of my main issues. But like I was saying before, the gameplay mechanics are great. Honestly, let me not say the gameplay mechanics are great. Let me say the stuff that that the game is about, right? This is like Doom, or I think Quake was another one. It's one of those type of games where you just run into a room, you shoot as many people as you can, and then you get out and you go and do it again, right? That concept, they did it great. Like, it's fun. This is fun. Like, they have a boss battle where I'm just throwing hands with bro, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, no issue with that. But then there's other parts of the game that just aren't fun, like the movement, for example, and these parkour mechanics that they eventually start throwing in there, that they kind of like force upon you, and it's like, that's not fun. There's a whole level, I was gonna include it, but I didn't know how to include it without making my video an entire hour long, and I was like, bro, don't nobody got time for that. I'm not doing that. So I just left it alone. But there's a whole section that I just, bro, it took me,
He's not just
I sped through this game, bro. I sped through this game. This boss battle that I'm on right here, this is like one of the final battles. I got to I unlocked this mission within less than a week, right? I got to all of the final missions within less than a week. It took the mission that I refused to show because it pissed me off so bad that I can't even, like, I legitimately, I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. But it took me a week to complete one mission. It took me less than a week to get up to this point throughout the game, and towards the end of the game, there's one mission that took me an entire week to complete just one mission because it was so trash. We were like in this world of parkour and BS, and that's the thing I want to say. It's like, I understand the whole parkour stuff, and you want to add certain functions to make the game more interesting, but it sucks. Like, the mechanics, the only good mechanics in this game are the shooting. It's the shooting. That's it. The only thing they did right was the shooting and the enemies. Everything else doesn't work. Every single time I died in this game, I don't think I died one time to the enemies in this game. Every single time I died, it was because I fell off of something, or because I slipped behind something and like blew up and then flew off of something. It was, I fell off of something every time. I just thought about it. No, yeah, every single time I died, it's because I fell off of something and then died from it. This, bro, the freaking the level design at some points is terrible, bro. And then the parkour mechanics that they make you use to get from area to area, because there are certain areas that you actually have to like go do the parkour to get through. It's trash. It's so trash, bro. Like, it ruined the game for me. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. This is, like I was saying, this is the most disappointing video game I've ever played. And the reason being is that I have played games that are bad. I've played games that are good. And this is the first time I've ever played a game that started off so good only to end up so bad. I'm gonna stop talking for a second. Like, let me just pause what I'm saying, because I want y'all to hear this part right here. Actually, no, I don't care. I wasn't gonna let y'all hear the story, but I'm not the type to spoil the story, bro. This is essentially the part where we expose that the leader of the big party is conducting a calamity, and he essentially admits to everything in front of everybody, and then he runs away because, you know, that's what they do when stuff like this happens. This guy's a bum, bro. I hate this guy. I hate the they're in this game. They're called the BPS, I think. BMP. They're called the BMP, the Big Mouse Party, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm probably gonna just edit over this and put BMP over every time I call them what they really are and what they're really supposed to represent. But that's besides the point. This final boss battle is the worst thing ever created, bro. Like, it's so bad, bro. I hate this because he's constantly attacking me, right? And he's attacking me in a way where I have to look at him and see what he's doing to not get hit. But at the same time, I have to look up and destroy these mouths in order to destroy the shield that he has up. And at the same time, I have to fight this mini boss in the middle of this boss battle. This boss battle took like... Okay, so normally the boss battles take like 3 to 4 minutes. That's an understandable boss battle in this type of game. That makes sense. This boss battle, I think this boss battle took me like 30 minutes to an hour. And in the middle of it, I paused the game and took a break. That's how long it was, bro. Like, it was so ridiculous. Look at how I'm looking. If I'm looking at this guy, if I'm looking at the mouth and I'm shooting at it, I cannot see anything else around me. So why is it that I'm getting hit with everything under the sun while I'm trying to destroy these mouths so that I can destroy the shield so I can fight this man? And then it gets worse, because after this, literally, bro, we get to this ending boss battle, and it's just them spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming some more, as many enemies as possible. And I just got to a point where I was just like, bro, do I have to do this? Like, do I have to complete this? And you know they knew what they were doing was ridiculous, because I'm not even healing myself here, bro. Like, the game was automatically healing me and just providing me heals, and I had infinite ammo because they knew it was bullshit, bro. I don't want to tweak too much, bro. You feel me? Because I really did enjoy the game. I really like the game. It's a really good, really fun game. Everything that the game was supposed to be, right, that it marketed itself as, it did right. The things where it messed up was all the extra stuff that they tried to do to try and add to the story and try and be more unique. You feel me? Because obviously they were trying to do stuff because, you know, there are, like I said, there's like Doom and Quake. There are other games of this kind. There's so many games of this kind out there. So they tried to do extra stuff to try and be unique, and it ruined the game. Isn't that crazy? Like, they were trying to be special, and they made the game unbearable. Like, towards the end of the game, I was like, you know, I just want to delete this, bro. Like, as soon as I got done with the ending credits, I deleted the game, bro. And I was like, I'm never touching this thing again. This is the biggest piece of garbage I've ever experienced, bro. Like, I rate it so lowly because it started off so well and ended off so bad. It's like, I've never seen somebody fumble the bag so hard.
Come on now, dawg.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
All in all, my final assessment of this game, I give it... Bro, I'm trying to be unbiased. if I'm being completely unbiased and I'm taking out like the anger that came from the final boss battle and that one level that I refuse to show, right? I would give this a 5 out of 10. I would give this a 5 out of 10, bro. It is a solid game. If you just want to play the game and you don't care about anything else, you don't care about the story, you don't care about the parkour, if you just play the first few levels, bro, and you just play like the shoot 'em up parts of the game, it's so fun. The game is so fun. The story makes no sense towards the end, and the parkour stuff ruins it for me. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The void level should have never existed. This final boss battle should have never existed. But besides those things, bro, the shoot 'em up stuff is so fun. Like 90% of the game is a solid 8 out of 10, and then you get to the end of the game, and it's like, this is dog shit. I will never play this again. If I could have gotten a refund, I would have. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest this game to my worst enemy, bro. Saying that though, I do think it's a fun game. I think as long as you don't intend on completing the game, you'll have a great time. But besides that, that's all I gotta say, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. People all links in the description. Hit that bell notification. Share my videos, and peace.